Deputies are looking for those involved with an early morning shooting that left one man dead. We have details. And as COVID cases rises, more cities and states are clamping down with tougher new restrictions. We have what's happening here in the Valley. Local 23 News Weekend starts now.
From South Padre Island to Rio Grande City, this is Local 23 News this weekend.
Hello and welcome to Local 23 News Weekend. I'm Jeremiah Wilcox. We have developing news out of East Hidalgo. A man is dead after a shooting in La Villa. Hidalgo Sheriff deputies have identified the man as a 25-year-old Brandon Lopez. It happened on the 600 block of East 6th Street in La Villa. Earlier this morning, deputies discovered the body with multiple gunshot wounds. Hidalgo County sheriffs are investigating the incident. And one man is dead after taking drugs at a bar in McAllen. Police say 4 men were doing drugs inside the Old Beer House bar bathroom around 1 a.m. Police say all men had a negative reaction to the drugs and were taken to the hospital. One died, and so far the 3 are still in the hospital. Police have not released the identities of those involved. And 2 men are behind bars after a failed drug smuggling attempt. Authorities say a McAllen and Hidalgo man in their early 20s failed to smuggle meth and heroin worth over $1.2 million. Border Patrol agents say they found the drugs inside the gas tank using non-intrusive imaging. The 2 men were turned over to agents with Homeland Security for further investigation.
And now, your Local 23 forecast first.
Let's get a check on the weather with meteorologist Chris Ramirez. And Chris, what can you tell us? Yeah, so we're definitely dealing with very warm conditions. Those high temperatures for today topping out in the low 90s. We've hit about 92 in McAllen, Harlingen 91, 89 in Brownsville. Mostly clear skies. However, that's going to change going into the next several hours. We're going to see those increasing cloud covers overnight. Those current temps have cooled down into the mid to upper 80s. 87 in McAllen, Edinburgh sitting at 88 degrees. As we look at those wind speeds, we are dealing with fairly breezy conditions. We're seeing sustained wind gusts at around 24 miles an hour, gusts up to about probably 30 miles an hour in some locations when we look at those sustained winds from earlier today. But as we look at the next 5 hours, expect mostly clear skies through 6 p.m. and then increasing clouds in the overnight hours. We do have the potential for a cold front for tomorrow morning. Tonight, overnight lows dropping into the mid to low 60s. Also, there's rain chances in our forecast. Jeremiah? Thanks, Chris. In case you missed it, Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino says the county curfew has been suspended. This comes amid new case numbers for the county sitting right along almost 25,000 total cases recorded and 1,100 deaths from the virus. In light of the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday, Judge Trevino also announcing gatherings of people that are not members of a single family are still limited to 10 people. And Trevino saying he can bring back the curfew if the case numbers goes up.
We want to have some sense of normalcy. We want to be able to go out and have dinner with our friends, with our family. And in order to do that, we've got to protect ourselves and follow the same behavior that we've been preaching now for months.
Bars will continue to be open at 50% capacity per Governor Abbott's executive order for the state, but are required to close by 11 p.m. And the coronavirus is tightening its grip across the country. More cities and states now forced to clamp down with tougher new restrictions. New York joining the list with a new curfew that's now in effect. In New York City, to keep this crisis from spiraling out of control again, bars and restaurants will now have to close at 10 p.m. And NBC's Kathy Park reports this weekend the governor is meeting with other Northeast governors for an emergency summit to plan for the next steps.
Overnight, New York, once the epicenter of the pandemic, issuing a new mandate, shutting down all bars, restaurants, and gyms at 10 p.m. and capping private gatherings at 10 people.
Are you scared that this is just the first step? 10 o'clock curfew could lead to total closing.
Of course we are scared, yeah.
In the city, the positivity rate is climbing closer to 3%, threatening the nation's largest school system. The mayor telling families to have a plan to go back to all virtual learning as early as Monday.
We've got to act out of an abundance of caution.
For 10 days in a row, the U.S. reported more than 100,000 cases daily, crossing 176,000 Friday. Infections are trending back up in nearly every state, higher than what we saw this spring. Governors in New Mexico and Oregon are tackling the surge by ordering partial lockdowns.
If we want to give Oregonians a fighting chance, we must take further measures to flatten the curve now.
Chicago is also heading toward a 30-day stay-at-home order. Starting Monday, residents are being advised to leave their homes for essential needs only.
We want to support our economy as best we can, but we've got to do the things that we know are necessary to save lives.
Thanksgiving travel also coming with warnings. The CDC recommends staying home to reduce the risks. The University of Wisconsin-Madison is asking students who travel during the holiday break to stay away from campus until the spring. Health experts worry the worst is yet to come, warning the death toll could nearly double by March 1st. Heather Edwards lost her 22-year-old son to COVID. She says Keegan went from healthy to hospitalized and urges families to take precautions.
It doesn't seem very real until it becomes a part of your life.
And meanwhile, another major setback for the cruise industry. The first cruise ship to set sail in the Caribbean since March had to turn back to port after a reported outbreak. All guests and crew are currently in quarantine in their staterooms. And the Vatican is stepping up efforts to help those in need during the pandemic by setting up a mobile testing unit outside St. Peter's Square. The mobile lab is set up near the Vatican City Clinic and offers free rapid testing for COVID-19. Volunteers are testing up to 50 people per day. The free test will continue as part of the events to mark the World Day of the Poor, which falls on Sunday. Thousands of supporters of President Trump gathered in Washington, D.C. today to protest the election results that they say are fraudulent. That story coming up. And the city of Pharr has implemented a new policing strategy. Details on a social contract coming up.
Local 23 honors America's veterans.
We moved some dirt to build the all-new Brownsville Honda. We are now open and we cannot wait to make new friends. We are family-owned and operated. Visit us at brownsvillehonda.com.
Beat the crowds. November is Black Friday all month long. Save on mattresses, living rooms, dining rooms, and more.
Mikasa Furniture, home of the Furniture King, where everyone's royalty.
7533 Boca Chica, Brownsville.
This year, our driveways have brought us all closer together and been our gateways to the world.
Happy birthday!
For over 30 years, Lexus has been celebrating driveway moments in a year filled with memorable ones. Here's to one more. The Lexus December to Remember sales event. See North Park Lexus, Rio Grande Valley.
Need cash? TitleMax offers 2 ways to get it. Get cash using your car title. Go to TitleMax.com, enter the car year, make, model. See how much you can get. TitleMax also offers personal loans. No title required. Check out TitleMax.com when you need more cash. Check out TitleMax.com and shop us for rates. Get up to $2,500 with a personal loan or up to $10,000 using your car title. And you'll say,
I got my title back with TitleMax.
It's a title back with TitleMax.
Because you put your trust in us.
Lone Star National Bank is now one of the largest community banks in Texas. Our success is based on
always placing the needs of our community first.
That is what we do. Growing hundreds of local businesses, transforming South Texas,
supporting area charities,
and believing in the people of South Texas.
Together,
we do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's Bank.
Monday, see The Voice final battles. If Kelly makes up her mind.
I'm not picking.
Kelly, you're contractually obligated.
Oh my God.
It's a $25,000 fine.
So hard.
The Voice, new Monday and Tuesday on NBC.
I want our kids to know their dad sees greatness in them.
You're pretty rough on me in there. You are a good actor, or you could be one of the greats.
Are you having second thoughts?
This Is Us, Tuesday on NBC.
The all-new Brownsville Honda is open and ready to serve you. As a family-owned dealership, we're here for you and can't wait to meet you. Come and visit us at our brand new state-of-the-art facility on Sports Park Boulevard or online at brownsvillehonda.com.
Local 23 honors America's veterans.
This program supported by the Moore Law Firm, because more is más.
Thousands of Trump supporters took to the streets of Washington, D.C. today. Their rallying cry that the presidential election cannot be stolen from Trump, with many claiming he is the true winner of the 2020 race, despite a lack of clear evidence of widespread voting fraud. The crowd marching from Freedom Plaza near the White House to the Supreme Court on Capitol Hill while chanting, quote, "Stop the steal," and, quote, "We are the champions." President Trump currently has 232 electoral college votes, trailing President-elect Joe Biden's tally of 306. And when President-elect Joe Biden says his transition remains in forward motion despite attempted legal blockades from the Trump administration, the first couple took a mid-morning bike ride today in Delaware. Biden's advisors have been working on their own plan to mass distribute a COVID vaccine. Biden's transition is in touch with CVS and Walgreens, making sure the retail pharmacies have the staffing and supplies needed to vaccinate millions of Americans. And election workers in Fulton County, which includes Atlanta, are hand-counting ballots as part of the statewide recount demanded by President Trump after his electoral loss to President-elect Joe Biden. Officials there say they have 145 teams of counters on the job right now, all viewed by live 4-camera live streams online at any time.
We're trying to be done by Monday. The more teams we get, of course, the quicker it's going to be. We've already assigned all of the absentee by mail ballots are off. Those batches are off of the ballots. We're still waiting to put a few more of those boxes, the last remaining boxes, on tables. But all the teams have been working.
The recount must be completed in time for results to be certified by November 20th. Harlingen CISD has begun using the COVID-19 rapid testing kits on faculty. That story coming up.
And tonight, lows will drop into the low 70s, but a cold front tomorrow is going to have tomorrow night a little bit cooler. I'll have more on my full weather forecast in just a bit.
Tonight on News Nation, thousands of Trump supporters flocked to Washington, D.C. for what they're calling Stop the Steal protests. We have a report from the Capitol. And while some college football games are canceled because of COVID, others continue on. We have a look at today's big matchups tonight on News Nation, starting at 8/7 Central on WGN America.
I'm Sydney Hernandez, and the Valley is my home. I was born here, raised here. I've told your stories, and now I'm living my dream. Join me right here on Local 23 as I put our local news first, bringing you your stories every weekday at 4, 6:30, and 10.
Local 23 News, local first. Local 23 honors our Valley veterans. Join Local 23 as we honor our Valley veterans.
Local 23 honors America's veterans.
You're smart, and we know that Medicare can be complicated. So let's work together to help you find a Medicare plan you can understand. Start by giving us a call at 1-877-773-4341 to get a free information guide and learn how Allwell from Superior Health Plan may fit you and your life best. Allwell Medicare Advantage is Medicare Parts A and B, plus Part D prescription drug coverage, and extra benefits Original Medicare doesn't cover. All for no monthly premium, no deductible, and no primary care doctor copay. And that keeps more of your money in your own pocket. With Allwell Medicare Advantage, you can say hello to the extra benefits you need to take care of yourself. Like a Part B rebate, dental, vision, hearing, and more. And say goodbye to costly copays on primary care visits and prescription drugs. Best of all, Allwell is is a local plan. We're right here in your neighborhood to answer your questions so you understand all you need to know. Just call 1-877-773-4341 and learn how you can get the most from your Medicare plan. With more of the benefits you need to be healthy, while paying less out of your own pocket, all in one convenient, affordable Medicare Advantage plan from Allwell. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends soon, so let's check out your options and find the plan that's best for you. Call and request your free information today at 1-877-773-4341. That's toll-free 1-877-773-4341 to find out more about Allwell Medicare Advantage plans from Superior Health Plan.
You're watching Local 23 News this weekend with Jeremiah Wilcox and meteorologist Chris Ramirez.
The Pharr Police Department has created a new policing strategy. The department has a new social contract as a way to create transparency between the public and department. The new idea was developed after months of planning. The department writing on Facebook saying the contract will act as a, quote, guiding principle for each and every decision made by law enforcement, end quote. And in case you missed it, Harlingen CISD has begun using the COVID-19 rapid testing kits on faculty. The self-administered test is currently being used by targeted employees based on exposure levels. Chief Academic Officer Alicia Nolia says faculty get screened on a weekly basis, but the test is optional. The district did not receive unlimited tests, but she says the goal of the soft launches is to ultimately have it on all campuses. And the city of Penitas is held a curbside recycling event earlier today in celebration of Texas Recycle. If you missed the event, the city of Pharr is also helping residents recycle. The city is offering 2 recycling drop-off locations. Head to valleycentral.com for more information on how to recycle near you. And social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook took an aggressive stance during the election to avoid the spread of misinformation. But will it continue? Liz McLaughlin has more.
They've delivered us a clear victory.
Well, after Election Day, tech companies are still struggling to police content on their platforms.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win.
Twitter and Facebook adding a warning label to posts containing baseless allegations of election fraud.
No one expected the president and the Republican Party to dispute the clear results of the election for this long, and the major platforms have had to react to it.
Facebook has shut down some private Facebook groups, including one called Stop the Steal, with more than 300,000 members, for attempting to delegitimize the election process and calling for violence.
Cheaters! Cheaters!
Social networks have been more aggressive this election cycle at removing or restricting posts containing misinformation. Actions that have upset some conservative users.
If you don't like it, go somewhere else. And you are seeing millions of people choose other social media platforms now, alternatives to Twitter like Parler.
Parler, an app that pegs itself as the world's town square, recently jumped to the top of the free download list on Apple's App Store.
Parler is the only social media platform that protects your constitutional right to free speech.
As the social media marketplace gets more competitive, the pressure on mainstream networks is mounting.
It's definitely a very difficult position for them to be in right now.
With disinformation continuing to spread online and no clear answers on how to control it.
And now, your Local 23 forecast first.
Well, conditions today were rather warm. Those high temperatures topping out in the low 90s in some locations, but we're going to have some slight relief for tomorrow. We do have a cold front on the way going into Sunday. This could bring some possible showers in the forecast. Those highs going in from the 90s to the low 80s, but of course we are still tracking those active tropics as we are now dealing with another tropical storm that's heading into the Central America. Could get into a hurricane as it heads into the east of the area. Texas temperatures right now in the mid-80s across the area, 82 in Corpus Christi, 82 in Brownsville, sitting in the 60s in Amarillo, and low 70s in Lubbock, dealing with some very breezy conditions across West Texas. We do have a cold front that is moving through the state of Texas. This will be arriving for us tomorrow there as we head into those afternoon hours there. But other than that, mostly clear conditions right now across the valley, not really seeing much of anything. We are going to start seeing increasing cloud cover as we go into those overnight hours. So expect to see patchy areas of dense fog in the forecast as we head into tomorrow morning. But then going into tomorrow afternoon, when that cold front does make its way through, we could see parts of isolated showers making their way into South Texas as we head towards 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It's going to be only brief, not expecting widespread showers there, isolated in nature, and then clearing out for the afternoon and evening hours there. We could see a little bit of cloudy conditions with some lingering showers for Monday morning, but other than that, expecting those overnight temperatures to drop into the low 70s. Tomorrow we'll be topping out in the low 80s, so we're going to see about a 10-degree cool down as we go into tomorrow, lasting into Monday. Those overnight lows into the mid to upper 60s, and then going into Monday evening, expecting those high temperatures to remain in the upper 70s into low 80s across the area here across the valley there. But as we look at our drought monitor, we are in the much needed rain. This is the latest drought monitor that was released this past Thursday. Portions of Cameron County and Hidalgo County now dealing with moderate drought conditions, still dealing with moderate drought conditions in Starr County. So definitely we are going to be in the much need of rain as we go into the next month or so. Tropics are still active. We now have Tropical Storm Iota that is currently in the Caribbean. It has winds at 60 miles an hour, gusts at 70 miles an hour. And when we look at the forecasted track of the storm, it's going to be heading right towards Central America, expecting it to strengthen into a Category 2 and 3 hurricane just before landfall there. So this is another hit to that area, as they are just now they were dealing with Ada about a couple of weeks ago there. So expecting to bring more widespread rain for Central America, still dealing with an active tropics for us here across the Atlantic basin. For our evening quick look, expect those overnight lows to drop down into the 70s, increasing cloud cover expected for the overnight hours. Tonight, those overnight lows dropping into the low 70s, becoming cloudy overnight. Those breezy conditions are going to be lasting for us here as we head into the next 24 hours. Tomorrow on South Padre Island, topping out at 77 degrees, that surf at 76 degrees. We're going to be topping out in the low 80s for tomorrow. Those isolated showers lasting in the morning hours, and then those conditions clearing out as we head into those afternoon hours. Those wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour. For your 7-day forecast, expect those temperatures to remain in the low 80s for much of next week. Overnight lows could be dropping down into the upper 50s going into Monday and Tuesday. The overnight lows remaining in the low 60s as we head into the end of the week. Of course, expecting a lot of sunshine for the end of next week there. We'll be right back.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Have both Medicare and Medicaid? Now's the time to explore your options and choose the coverage that's right for you. Choose a plan that offers you more benefits at no additional cost. Over 6.5 million members turn to WellCare for benefits and services that go beyond basic Medicare and help them lead better, healthier lives. Choose a plan with zero or low monthly premiums, copays, and deductibles. And with WellCare, you don't just pay less, you get more. More dental with comprehensive coverage, including dentures and crowns. More vision and hearing with eyewear allowance and hearing aids. Plus, prescription drug coverage with $0 preferred generics and free home delivery. Call us at 1-844-931-0340 to speak to a friendly licensed representative and request a free all-in-one guide. There's no obligation. We're here to help you review your options to see if a WellCare plan is the right decision for you. WellCare has a large network of doctors and specialists, and with a PPO plan, you will have the freedom and flexibility to choose your preferred provider. Get convenient access to care with our telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a 24-hour nurse advice line. Enjoy free over-the-counter healthcare items like vitamins, toothpaste, pain relievers, and more. Plus, free transportation to doctors and pharmacies. Free gym membership, now with online classes and free meals delivered to your home. WellCare is the leader in government-sponsored health care. It has been serving those with Medicare, Medicaid, and prescription drugs for more than 30 years. Call now. We're here to answer your questions and even assist enrolling you over the phone. Choose the company that puts your health first. WellCare. Beyond healthcare, a better you. Call now and get a free copy of our all-in-one guide. 1-844-931-0340.
Welcome to Toyotathon.
Hey.
Ready for a great deal?
You know it.
With savings on Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more, it really is the most magical time of the year. Can you pretend you didn't see this?
But I'm seeing it.
During Toyotathon, get $1,000 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a stylish new 2021 Corolla LE for only $179 a month. Hurry in today.
You never know what you'll find at Toyotathon. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Residents in South Asia's Nepal's capital today worship dogs by offering garlands and food as the country celebrated the Festival of Dogs. The Dog Festival falls on the second day of the 5-day Hindu festival of Diwali, which is Nepal's second largest festival. Cows and crows are also worshipped during this festival, which symbolizes a spiritual connection between humans and animals. And the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree arrived in New York City earlier today. The 75-foot-tall, 11-ton Norway spruce comes from a residence in Oakentana, New York. More than 3 hours north of the city, Rockefeller Center's head gardener first spied the spruce in 2016 and says he knew 2020 was the year it would be used. It will be adorned with around 35,000 LED lights and a star made of Swarovski crystals. The tree lighting will be televised on NBC on Wednesday, December 2nd, starting at 7 p.m. Now, Coffee Mate will introduce 2 flavors. First, Chris, do you drink coffee?
I'm not a habitual drinker. I drink it when I need to stay up, but not every morning. I know some people are addicted to coffee. I'm not quite addicted yet.
Okay, that's good. I'm not really a coffee drinker either, but Coffee Mate is introducing 2 new flavors, our oatmeal cream pie and glazed donut. So the cream pie creamer has a combination of cinnamon, brown sugar, and oatmeal cookie flavors. Does that sound good to you?
Not really. I'm not a fan of those flavored coffee. I just like the regular, okay, I do like pumpkin spice latte.
Okay, same. Well, glazed donut coffee is the other flavor. They are scheduled to hit store shelves in January along with Coffee Mate's previous announced M&M's milk chocolate creamer.
Oh gosh, they're doing too much with this. I'm not a fan of all of these flavors. I just want plain coffee.
So the weird thing is that when I was younger, my mom is a coffee drinker, and I would drink just the creamer because I didn't like the coffee. She would let me drink coffee.
Well, yeah. See, my stomach could not handle that if I tried to do that. But looking at our 7-day forecast, expecting those high temperatures to remain in the low 80s. Becoming sunny for the start of next week, but we do have a cold front that's going to be coming through tomorrow. Going to bring some possible isolated showers, topping out in the low 80s for Sunday. Overnight lows remaining in the 50s.
Or that does it for us. Be sure to come back and join us at 10 p.m. tonight for the latest across the valley.